It is certainly one of the strangest sports stories in quite a while. The tragedy we all thought Manti Te'o had gone through turns out to be a hoax, and we're still trying to figure out, is Te'o a victim, a perpetrator, or somehow maybe both? Welcome into the Sporting News Studios. I'm Tom Vandervoort. Joining me now on the phone to talk about this, our college football writer, Matt Hayes. And Matt, just quickly, what do we know about this situation?
Tom, we thought it was bizarre when Cecil Newton shopped his son for $180,000. We thought it was bizarre when Bob Petrino was caught with, a young lady on his motorcycle. I mean, this takes the cake. This is just so weird and so outlandish. Right now, what we know, or what we think we know, or what we've been told, I guess, really that's where we're at. I mean, this is what we've been told, is that it's a hoax, that his girlfriend was never a girlfriend, was never a person. He was part of this elaborate hoax. And to me, Tom, there's a lot of red flags that rise right now. And I think it begins with the fact that, allegedly this non-girlfriend got into a car accident. Manti Te'o never went to go see her. She got leukemia. He never went to go see her. She died. He never went to the funeral. For 3 years, they had a relationship. He never saw her in person, although he claims he did at a Stanford game where they touched hands. It's just completely bizarre, anecdote after anecdote with this story. And I don't think we're going to get the truth. Even when Manti Te'o comes out in a press conference and speaks about it, I still don't think we're going to get the full truth.
Well, he's made a statement, and the university has made a statement to the effect that he was a victim here. It was a hoax perpetrated against him, essentially. But those incidents you referred to as far as meeting her, now we have a former NFL player coming out and say, hey, I met her, so she's real. I'm very confused. Is there an explanation that puts all these pieces together?
Wait a second. So there's a player that says she's real now, when now we've been told all along that there's no such thing as this girl?
So first he said he met her, then he didn't, then my head is spinning. Put it all together for me, Matt. What is the possible explanation? I know we shouldn't speculate, but...
Tom, let's look at this realistically, okay? He's an All-American linebacker at the University of Notre Dame, quite possibly in a position to be the most popular person in his sport, okay? And if you're that popular and you are a guy who's walking around campus and can do whatever he wants to do, are you really going to be in a 3-year online relationship with someone you've never seen, never touched, never been with, never spent time with? It's bizarre to me, and it doesn't add up. And again, we're going to have to wait and see what Manti says and how he explains it. But I just don't know that we're even going to get the truth.
And with that, obviously, with question marks now surrounding this guy and what the explanation really is here, and certainly if this was perpetrated against him, this is one of the fallouts from it. What does this do to the guy's status with NFL teams?
You know what? To me, Tom, you got NFL teams that allowed guys that were, in jail for manslaughter to play. Michael Pittman at one point ran his Hummer into his wife's car with his wife and his kid in the car. So, I mean, I really don't think that the NFL is going to worry about some kid making up a story. And if he can play, he can play, and he will go in the NFL, and he'll probably go high in the draft.
All right, very good. Now, last question, with all that we don't know, is there enough here to draw any lesson for athletes, for the media, for anybody, anywhere? Or is this just a one-off, this is really weird type story?
I keep thinking this is a crazy, unique story, but, like I said when we first started talking, for the last 3 years, we just keep getting crazy story after crazy story right now. And I don't know if there are any lessons to be learned, because you hate to be in a situation where you're so jaded that you don't believe anything anyone says. It's a really delicate situation right now. We don't know the facts. We don't know the truth. And frankly, we may never know the facts and the truth.
Yeah, and I guess maybe the only thing in his favor as far as him saying that he was just so gullible is that certainly the rest of us were pretty gullible until Deadspin really went and checked out some of this stuff. I guess none of us would have ever known this. So if we were gullible, I guess maybe he was that gullible too.
Right. It's just the level and degree of gullibleness. Is that a word, gullibleness?
I guess so. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good that humans are so trusting. I don't know. All right, listen, Matt, thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate it.
All right, Tom, my pleasure.